then sworn to by you or being sworn to under oath by you now, freely, intelligently, knowingly, and voluntarily?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Pryor, the first document up there, it's on the screen. It's first submitted motion to revoke your community supervision probation. Have you been over that first submitted motion to revoke with your attorney, Mr. Perkins, so you understand all the allegations the state is making against you, which are all alleged violations of your probation?
Yes, sir.
All right, now we go to the next document here, the written plea admonishments and stipulations of evidence, state exhibit number 2. That because the state's first submitted motion to revoke your probation alleges violations of terms of your probation. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, now have you been over all the allegations in the state's first submitted motion to revoke community supervision with your attorney, Mr. Perkins, so you understand the allegations being made against you?
Yes, sir.
You understand if the court finds those allegations true or you plead true, and then I grant the state's motion to first amended motion to revoke probation or community supervision, that would order that your probation be revoked, and then you could be assessed a sentence up to 2 years in a state jail facility and a fine of up to $10,000 for the offense of unauthorized use of motor vehicle, which I put you on probation for. Do you understand all that?
Yes, sir.
All right, there's a document going up on the screen. It's right there. The written plea admonishments and stipulations of evidence. Do you understand that oath I just gave you was also part of that oath was you have signed and now sworn to under oath all the contents of this state's 5, the written plea admonishments and stipulations of evidence. Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
The top 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, those are explanations. When we come on down to the second paragraph, you state you fully understand the foregoing admonishments, that's 1 through 4, as well as the allegations being made against you by the state in its first amended motion to revoke your community supervision probation. So obviously, the state's first amended motion to revoke your probation alleges violations of your probation. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, now this document I've got here in front of me actually has a blank in it we're going to have to fill in, but the admonishments, the explanations are up top, 1 through 4. Do you understand those?
Yes, sir.
All right, coming on down, the next paragraph, you tell me you fully understand and read the admonishments, which you just did, as well as the allegations against you in the state's first amended motion to revoke community supervision. Have you read the allegations which allege violations of your probation and been over them with Mr. Perkins?
Yes, sir.
Then you tell me in states 5, you say the defendant makes the following free, knowing, intelligent, and voluntary stipulations of evidence. 1, obviously, you're the same individual, Eric Pryor, who signed this states 5 along with Mr. Perkins, your attorney, and you signed and sworn to it. And then you say that you make the following free and knowing, intelligent, and voluntary stipulations of evidence. Under 2, you say that the allegations as set out in, actually it's blank, but unless there's another one, it would be all, that the allegations as set out in all the paragraphs of the state's application are true. Those are paragraphs alleging violations of your deferred adjudicated probation. Should that be yes, Mr. Perkins? I apologize. I don't have the numbers of paragraphs.
It's 1 through 13, Judge, and yes, all will be fine.
All right, all. So when you're looking at it, because what I'm going to need to do for the record to be complete, you see where type
Yes,
in, I don't know electronically what you call it, but
Yes,
it says all 1 through 13.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
True and correct, sir.
All right. Then the court, then the way this will read, it'll read that you stipulate and admit that the allegations set out in all the paragraphs of the state's motion first amended motion to revoke community supervision are true. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. True.
All right. Then the court, you've already signed and sworn to State's Exhibit 5, so the State's Exhibit 5 will have in that blank, as it does on the screen, that would be the original, where it says all, then paragraphs 1 through 13 for the record. That's now in the document. You want to offer States 5, Ms. Alton?
Yes, Your Honor, we would offer States 5, the written plea admonishments and stipulation of evidence.
No objection, Your Honor.
No objection. States 5, the written plea admonishments and stipulations of evidence containing the defendant's stipulated and entered pleas of true to all the allegations in the state's motion to adjudicate. States 5, signed and sworn to by the defendant, signed by his attorneys, admitted into evidence without objection. The court having admitted into evidence states exhibit number 5, the written plea admonishments and stipulations of evidence. The court does grant the state's first admitted motion to revoke community supervision probation. The court revoking the defendant's community supervision probation. The court does again find the defendant guilty of the state jail felony offense of unauthorized use of motor vehicle, a state jail felony. What's your recommendation, or what's the agreement, Ms. Alton?
12 months in a state jail facility, Your Honor.
Correct, Mr. Perkins?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, the court having granted the state's motion court having granted the state's first amended motion to revoke community supervision, the court having ordered the community supervision probation of the defendant to be, and it is hereby ordered revoked. The court does again find the defendant guilty of the offense of unauthorized use for motor vehicle, state jail felony as alleged in the indictment, and the court follows the agreement and assesses the sentence at 12 months
Yes, Your Honor.
in a state jail facility. That 12-month sentence is assessed with credit for time served. You have already filed with the court, Mr. Pryor, a waiver of appeal, giving up your rights to appeal. So with that waiver already presented to the court, do you understand you're waiving, giving up your rights to appeal from this proceeding today?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you're waiving, giving up your rights to appeal from this proceeding freely, intelligently, knowingly, and voluntarily. I mean, it's signed by you and Mr. Perkins. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, court accepts a waiver of appeal. Due to the order of the court, I think Mr. Perkins has something else he wants to put on the record, but be the order of the court, Mr. Pryor, you're continuing to the custody of the sheriff until you can be transported to a state jail facility to serve the sentence assessed by the court with credit for time served. Sentence is formally pronounced, waiver of appeal is accepted. Did you need this run concurrent with the Senate was sentenced out of Athens or what?
Yes, Judge, there's actually 2 more revocations. It's in Anderson County. Those cause numbers are 87 CR 19 34 113 and 34 218. I talked to the prosecutor down there this morning, the guy named Scott Holden. What we intend to do is enter a plea of true on those applications to revoke, and he's going to make those sentences also 12-month state jail sentences to run concurrently with the Smith County case. Additionally, Judge, in Smith County, the state has agreed to decline a fair to ID case.
Right.
The control number on that is 2104035. That's from 7/1 of this year.
Correct, Ms. Autry?
That's correct, Your Honor. It's going to be just a straight decline on that one.
All right, then, since he's going to be going to Anderson County, sounds like from what you say, Mr. Perkins, said since he hadn't been adjudicated or pled guilty or whatever it'll be in Anderson County, I don't really have anything to run this concurrent with, but I think the record's clear that Anderson County has agreed to run whatever sentences they have down there concurrent or at the same time with this one's probably, is that correct? I'm sure that's correct, but that's the way I would see doing it because I don't really have anything to pronounce right now.
Right.
Okay, anything else? You understand all this, Mr. Pryor?
Yes, sir.
Okay, anything else, Ms. Alton?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Perkins?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we're in recess. Thank y'all.